Okay, so today I very much want to discuss okra water. So I first learned about okra water like, I don't know, a couple, 2.5 months ago maybe. And I saw that it was like this viral thing that I found on TikTok. And I also looked it up on YouTube and I looked it up on Google. And I found that okra water is good for a ton of things, and including things that I'm currently working on and trying to maintain as well. So, I have some right here. I have this in a plastic Tupperware. Y'all can hate on me all you want, but this is how I made it, and this is what I put it in. Okay, so whatever. So ideally, it's great if you can put it into a mason jar or a glass container, which sometimes I do, but sometimes I use a plastic Tupperware also. Everybody's different. It's okay. You can do what you want with it. So, with that being said, I used the whole okra for this recipe. Sometimes I use chopped up. You can do fresh okra, whole or chopped up. Most people do it chopped up, but you can do it whole because I have found the consistency is the same and the benefit seems to be the same as well. But I usually go to my number one choice is the frozen okra, not the breaded kind, but just the frozen plain okra that's already cut up. And what you do is you just stick it in a bowl or whatever kind of container, mason jar, or whatever. You want to make sure it's big enough. It doesn't have to be super huge, but I usually just use half the bag. And this is just a basic size bag that you would normally get. I normally use about half the bag, and then I fill the container with water. So I would fill this all the way up with water. And so you let it sit, and you want to let it sit typically for at least, 12 to 24 hours before you drink any of it typically. But even if you can only let it sit for like 8 to 12 hours, that's okay too. You're still going to have some benefit from that. And a lot of the influencers will say like, oh, it's the best at like 3 days or whatever. So you can keep this up to 5 days. And what I do is after the 5 day period, I usually will that same day, I will eat the okra that's in here. Like I will usually cook it and eat it. You can eat it raw too. You can totally do what you want. But this is just how I make mine. And that's really all there is to it. You can use like lemon juice or lime. Some other people are using, stuff like that. You can totally add that. I find it's really not that bad. The flavor is not that bad. You would think it would be super slimy and, some people might think it might be gross. I was a little skeptical myself, but when I actually drank it, I felt like it was really, like, the texture is really not that bad. It's not the best, but it's actually a very hydrating drink. Like, it feels very nourishing and hydrating and very fresh and earthy when you are drinking it, which is absolutely great for various reasons. And so, again, this right here is 4 days old. And what I do is, like, I would say I probably drink about half of this water. Like, if I fill it to the top, I probably drink almost half per day. So I drink probably about 8 ounces, I would say, per night of the okra water. Now, you can do it on an empty stomach, which is probably more beneficial, and sometimes I do that, but lately I've been doing it at night. And so you just simply drink that 6 to 8 ounces or whatever. You can drink more or less, but most people do about 6 to 8 ounces, and that's it. And so what I do is after a couple days, I refill it again with the water, and so then it's ready again 24 hours later. So I find that I really like the consistency after about 24 hours the most. I don't know why. That's just me. After about 48 hours, same thing. It's almost as good. But I really, really like it when it's only about 24 hours old. I feel like it tastes the best. But I do use it for the 5 day period. Once the 5 day period is up, again, I, wash out the container, usually get a different one, and I just make it again. Let it sit, drink it again. And that's all there is to it. So that's just the way that I do it. Obviously, there are different ways you can do it. Some people will store up like really large amounts of okra water at a time. I don't really recommend doing that unless your whole family is drinking it, or unless, your spouse or someone you're living with is drinking it as well, because it goes bad. Like, it will go bad after so many days, and you don't want to make yourself sick. So it's really best, in my opinion, to just keep it small and just keep it in small batches. So anyways, but yeah, so I have been doing okra water. I've been drinking it for Let's see. I would say maybe 5 weeks. I don't know. I didn't mark down the exact day that I started doing it, but I would say that it's been about 5 weeks. I have lost a few pounds, and I really attribute it to this alone, just because simply nothing else has ever worked for me like recently in the past couple years. And also, I just feel like I don't know, like it's really weird the way that it works, but it really has, in fact, helped me. I know it has helped me to lose a few pounds. Now, I have not lost a whole lot of weight, I'm not gonna lie. I've only lost, I would say, at first, like 5 to 6 pounds came off within 2 to 3 weeks, which is really good. And so I would say it's probably mostly water weight. I will say my stomach is definitely flatter, like before I drank this stuff. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, my stomach literally, like, looked like I was pregnant from, like, bloating, water retention, etc. And I was also extremely gassy. Like, yeah, I mean, it was bad. But for the first time in many, many years, I've actually seen a massive improvement in that with this okra water, because it is good for digestion. It's great for your skin. So cosmetically, it's great, but also physically. And physically, the benefits have been astounding. And so I am definitely going to continue to drink this stuff every day indefinitely. As long as it continues to help me, I would drink it every day for the rest of my life. You know, I mean, if it ever stops not helping me, if it ever starts not helping me, then I will, obviously take a break and back off from it and maybe go back on it and see if it starts working again. But yeah, for now, for the foreseeable future, I'm going to keep on it. But yeah, I did lose 5 to 6 pounds initially, and then I would say I'm still down about 3 to 4 pounds from where I was at. So I feel like that's really good, because I'm short. Like, I'm not even 5'2". So a little bit looks like a lot. Like, even if I just lose or gain 3 pounds, like, you can see it. And that's why, like, I just think it's so cool. But yeah, I have also seen an improvement in my skin. But some other benefits of okra water would also include regulating your cholesterol and maintaining that healthy cholesterol levels, maintaining healthy blood sugar levels, which is a huge thing for me, because the last time I had my blood work done, which was a few months back now, but my blood sugar was just tiny bit high. So it's important for me to keep that in check, because obviously I don't want to eventually end up diabetic. And so therefore that's really helpful for that as well. But there have been so many people that have had amazing benefits, and it's super easy, it's super cheap, it's something you can do that is really accessible for almost everyone. And so I 100% do recommend it. Obviously you want to talk to your doctor, like I always say as a disclaimer, but ultimately I don't foresee any issues with it. But anyways, I did not know that okra is like a huge thing in Africa, or in African culture. Like, in certain cultures they do like a lot of okra, and it apparently has like a ton of really intense health benefits. And I always knew okra was healthy, but I just didn't have any idea that it was that intense of a benefit. And so, with that being said, I have to give this a 10 out of 10. And to be completely honest, I just really didn't think that it was going to do much of anything. I really didn't. But I figured, I was like, well, why not try anyway? It's something super easy that I can do. And, it's not going to hurt anything, worst case scenario. So, but again, I mean, other than just losing a few pounds, I have experienced clearer skin. It looks smoother, more supple, and I just feel my skin's also a lot more hydrated. Like, I'm not having to, I still moisturize a lot, but my body and my skin overall is not nearly as dry as it was. It was just terrible, like dry, itchy, and I do have hypothyroidism that I take medication for, so that's, one reason why I have very dry skin. But anyways, so, well guys, that's all I'll say about it. I'll try to keep it shorter. I don't want to make it too long and ramble. So if y'all have any questions, comment below. Let me know if you guys have tried okra water and what your thoughts are, what your experiences are, or if it's something you think you might try. I'd love to hear about it. So I'll see you guys next time.